Hello and welcome to Cookies Enabled. This is the welcome episode. I know it is not number one episode, but it is. We had to get some other ones out there just to kind of get a feel for the channel, which is obviously science and technology based. We're also going to be going into history and myths, as well as all kinds of anything related to science, technology, and really that whole realm. Which is also kind of the health realm. There's a bunch of different things we're going to be talking about on this channel. We're also going to be talking about us, primarily me and Andrew here to my left, and we are the creators of Cookies Enabled. And so this episode is really going to be explaining our history, where we came from, how we dove into and fell into technology and science and got interested in those, and we met each other and just kind of stuck together with this whole science technology thing. So this is a whole background story of really the creation of Cookies Enabled. So stick around and let's learn something about each other today. Thanks.
So, what got you interested in science and technology?
Well, that is a very good question. There's a lot of things. I had neighbors that were part of or worked for Pfizer, which at the time was Zoetis. No. Now it's Zoetis. It was Pfizer, Zoetis, and there was not American. Crap, I can't remember. It was Pharmacia. That's what it was. Before it was Pfizer, so they worked there. He was a scientist, and he did a lot of cool stuff. That really kind of got me interested in the sciencey side of things. I had a lot of cousins and aunts and uncles and one or two friends that were really into computer hardware. So that's what got me into that side, and why I have all these motherboards. Actually, this motherboard back here is a single core processor. I think it's an Athlon XP processor or something. Actually, it might not even be an XP. I think it's just an Athlon, like just a standard. I have a couple of them, so I know they all work. But that was the beginning. Was me really playing around with everything. I think the first computer I actually got to take apart was a Pentium 3, 600 megahertz or something. The Razer card, piece of crap, junk machine. I hated Intel so much, and I still resent them for doing that, because why are you wasting our time with that? But that was the intro to me getting into computers. And so immediately when I got to high school, when I kind of had a little bit of freedom to choose, classes and stuff, is when I took computer programming, and I realized I'm not a programmer. And how the difference between programming and hardware are, and I did not realize how vast it was. I really should have started programming before I even touched the hardware. Nobody unfortunately told me that one. I learned that one the hard way, and I'm still to this day trying to catch up, which I probably bet you most tech people probably feel that way about technology, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I bet you Bill Gates probably feels differently. He didn't seem to have any trouble with code, so who knows. But that's how I really got started. Really, I had really good neighbors, family, and friends that kind of helped push me and shape me, as well as get me hands-on. My friend Mark, he actually built his first computer, and I got to help him. He almost installed the CPU wrong because he didn't line the little corner up right. So there, we had to do the same thing for my first build as well. He was there to help me with that. And I think I'm on my 6th computer build now. I need to do it again. I'm like 6-7 years behind at least. Whoops. But still works. Still
Well,
good
that
technology.
sounds very similar to how I got interested too. It was hardware.
Mm-hmm.
It was tinkering with and breaking dozens of Windows 3.1 machines
Yes.
until I got, like you, my first Pentium 3.
Yep.
And that computer lasted me 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then started building more. And since then, it started earlier, I think, for me.
Right.
We got our first computer was a Tandy, if anybody
what?
remembers that name. It's called Tandy.
I actually don't know if
It
I've
was
heard of
an
that
old
one.
company.
I'm gonna try to look
It was
this up.
basically command line.
Oh,
It was text
no.
only. There was no mouse. You had WordPerfect, or I think Lotus 123.
The giant floppy.
But that got me started.
Yeah,
Technology was part of my life from the very beginning.
Right.
I went more into the science, physics, astronomy sort of path,
Right.
which if anybody's watched our videos, they know I'm a little obsessed with space. So
Yeah,
it,
I definitely more went the computer science, machine learning, artificial intelligence route. That's really it really just kind of blows my mind if we can get these machines to think like us and be like us and work like us. They can also be us, you know. So that's kind of cool. I love that kind of idea and the way of thinking, and that all is just reinforced there. So I'm sure, as you all have noticed, that the background has changed here. I know Andrew's changed his every now and then. There's like a few things that change as well. So we're probably wearing different clothes than we were in the little snippets you saw earlier as well. And that's because we work in a post-production state. This video is actually coming out a couple of days late, unfortunately, mainly because of our audio issues that we've been having. Hopefully, I think we resolved them this time. And unfortunately, we are a really new show, so I appreciate everybody working with us and trying to keep us going. I know we did get the face group going. That seems to be really expanding quickly, so I really appreciate people for jumping onto that. And
now, how did you come up with the idea for Cookies Enabled?
I don't know. I guess I've always wanted to do a YouTube channel, but I never really knew exactly. I always wanted to do more technology or video games or something, but there's so many different stuff out there, and I didn't really know where or how to put my mark on it, you know. So it was a lot of years of just letting this stew in my mind, and just kind of thinking of different things. And then when we hit COVID in 2019 or 2020, I was like, nope, I'm done. We got to put this into motion. So really, I got my cookie business started through Get Good Cookies, which is kind of a sponsor. They don't really support us at all. It kind of supports itself. I don't really get a ton of sales. And they're really good cookies. It's just it's only a web-based delivery company, so they don't really, you can't just go to the store and get them, unfortunately, not yet anyway. So that was the forefront of the Cookies Enabled, because now I had a kind of like a mascot or something to kind of go off of. So I had and luckily there's all these banners popping up on people's computers and stuff now that are asking people to accept cookies again. Which we haven't seen since like 1999. So it's kind of weird. But it's because of these UK laws that have come out and whatnot. And then this will all be explained in the Cookies Enabled episode, which is also coming out very soon. And so this is all kind of all fell into each other because I had my cookie startup in the business and at the same time wanted to jump into science and technology and get an actual channel out there that's reinforcing the truths behind these science and the technology, and not just, you know, shot in the dark. This is what I've been seeing on YouTube. This is what I read online. You know, I'm looking through scholarly journals. I'm digging through, you know, DSM, all kinds of manuals, you know, patents. It's very long and boring work, but I enjoy it and I love learning. And this is all something I feel that we are all good at. All humans are good at learning in their own way. And so this is how I can contribute and kind of give back. And I know you felt pretty much the same way. I had proposed the idea to you, kind of throwing the idea out there like, hey, how do you like the idea?
I remember you posting on Facebook that your friend said you had a good voice.
Yep.
For a radio or a podcast.
I do get that a lot.
And you had mentioned you've been thinking about doing a channel. And I popped in and said, if you want to do it, I'll edit it.
Yep. And because I need help. But he's a good editor.
We had several months from there, we had several months bouncing around ideas, trying to figure out the name. The name was the hardest part, I think.
That was. We had a couple of bad ones. I had a list for a while, but I think I threw it away.
We came up with Cookies Enabled, and we started shooting, and it's, like you said, it's been a lot of fun so far. It's a way that we can share our passions of science and technology with all of you, and as Will said, to get to the root of everything, the facts, debunking myths, or just telling you about something you might not know. And that's the whole point, is we're here, and it's a lot of stuff we don't know either. Someone gives us
a lot of the stuff we're learning on the fly.
And we research. And so we're learning along with you. We're just sharing our research, what we figured out. And it's going to be, I think, it's going to be a fun, like, mutual journey through
absolutely
any topic relating to science and technology, which is, if you think about it, everything in our daily lives.
Yeah.
A wheel is technology. Anything created as a machine or to make life easier is a sort of technology. So it's not just computers, it's not just electronics.
Right.
It's literally anything that affects our daily life, biology, anything.
Love it. So that's pretty much the whole idea here, and I think that is the purpose of the channel, was just trying to get the truth, even if we have to dig through our own unknowns, to get to these answers. And that's really how I felt about the Mandela episode, which is coming up. I'm still finishing that one. I'm hoping to get that one finished up today, or maybe Friday. But it's that one was so much research, because not that I didn't know enough. It's just that it's such a broad spectrum topic, and it's hard to put it in a box and put a label on it, and say that's what it is. But hey, I figured it out. I did find the answer. It just took me a couple of days of research, digging and reading lots of boring stuff. But I figured it out, and so that was cool. And I'm hoping, since I'm these videos with the 5G, which was our first one, and has actually been one of the most searched videos that we had so far on the channel. So I'm really happy to see that. And that one is huge, because I know there has been so much misinformation about 5G, and it is not dangerous. There's nothing. We have been using this technology for a very long time, and we are really just finding new ways to send information. This is not more dangerous. We're not using, ionizing radiation. And so that episode really foreshadowed, I think, the future of the channel, and really how this is going to be breaking down. So hopefully
it was a good start for us.
I think so. Yeah, I think it was a great start, and we'll definitely be having more episodes. We definitely need more input from our viewers, which is why we created the Facebook group, the Twitter group, the Instagram group. They're all pretty much there. So find us, Cookies Enabled. We're out there. Let us know what you guys want to see on the channel. Is there a question you have? Is there something you don't understand? I know the one that people were getting a lot, I'm kind of surprised no one's asked about yet, is why did those ads track me? What's going on there? That's in the Cookies Enabled episode. That's coming up. So you'll get an answer to that one. And so, yeah, we're going to really dive into some of these supposed myths, that my Google speaker is listening to me and stuff like that. And so, yeah, we're going to dive into all of those fun stuff, but we definitely need your input. And yeah.
Definitely make sure it helps with the YouTube algorithm, everybody. Like, subscribe, and comment.
If you can.
All three really help us too.
We appreciate
it. No, I'm looking the wrong way.
I know.
The like button should be over there. Subscribe should be over here. And then the comments are obviously down below. So let us know. Like, subscribe, comment, join our Facebook group. We've got on all social media. I don't think we're on TikTok. That
if we are, that'd be new news to me. We could try.
But we're here to just, learn new things ourselves, to share that knowledge with you, and to just have a dialogue about the world that we live in. So, yeah, as Will always says, stick around and learn something new.
Yep, let's learn something together, everybody. And I appreciate everybody for sticking around, and I will hopefully see you guys in the next episode. We're going to be doing our live streams every Wednesday, so check us out on Facebook and YouTube whenever you guys get some time. Talk to y'all later. Start recording. Okay. So we want an intro. Let me see. Can I get this doing something?
Yep,
okay.
Just an intro, and then
stick around, and we will try this again, because I just keep stumbling all over the place. I just couldn't think of it, and I'm just like
about stick around and learn something about us. Do you remember? I think it was Iron Man was it Iron Man 2 or 3 when no, oh, when he's watching the videos of his dad trying to give the presentation
I think that
about
was 2.
the Stark Expo, and he's
Yeah.
like, and it can be found right up my ass. And it's the funniest video of this,
Yes.
billionaire Tony Stark's dad just tripping over his words all the time. I love it.
Yes, yes. It's not as easy as it looks. It's not. It's definitely not, especially live. But this isn't so bad. So,